What's up, good people? We here in Times Square, and I'm here with my man, Keenan Grace. We gonna chop it up for y'all for a minute. What you gotta say?
Hey, we're out here. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna educate the people on what's going on, and let's talk about it.
Let's go.
Hey, what's up? All right, good people. We were out in Times Square just kicking it. I'm here for a meeting. Myself, Keenan Grace, and some businessmen. I know a lot of you guys were inquiring, hey, how long you'll be in New York. I promise you we will be back and we will be doing a meet and greet. Actually, that's one of the meetings that we're having. Like, how can we come back to like LA and New York and some of the other cities? So we'll keep you guys posted. Say what's up to the people.
What's going on, everybody? If you don't know me, I'm Keenan Grace, and it is an honor to be here. Larry, thanks for having me on. And again, like Larry said, we're in New York for a business meeting, but we do plan on being back. So make sure that you hit the like, hit the subscribe, so when we come back, you can make sure that you see us, touch it down, hit the ground, 10 toes down, and we can meet each other and shake hands finally in person. I'll look forward to seeing you and meeting you.
Hey, we're going to chop it up for a few minutes. You guys know it's Sunday when you guys are seeing this. So we are going, I'm going to leave a very, very short inspirational, okay? So let's talk about the market. The banks. First it was the Fed, then it's the banks, because the Fed broke the banks, okay? Now, the Fed raising interest rates did not break the banks, it just exposed how weak the banks are.
Right.
Now, here's where there's further problems coming with the bank. Number one, whenever you hear the government or the bank say, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay, it's not. All right, I'm just going to shoot it to you guys straight. That's the way we do it here. Now, companies need financing. Not just you and I, but companies need financing. If we go to a credit squeeze where companies can't get financing, then that's bad for the market. As a matter of fact, if you look when SVB Bank started to crash, money start flowing, all right? You got to look at inflows and outflows. Where did money go? Where does money normally go in a bear market? It normally goes to, it's called rotation. Energy, right? What's happening to energy? It's trash. It keeps going down worse and worse and worse, right? And then you go to banks. Well, the banks are collapsing, right? And then you got energy, you got banks, you got healthcare. Even healthcare is not doing well, okay? It's doing better. And then, of course, the old standard, gold. Well, all of the precious metals literally sucked. I'm sorry, good people, I know it's Sunday, until last week when it made a rebound. So, like, it's nowhere to put your money. Bonds are the safest things. So the bond yields were running up, though they are cooling off now. So money literally went to crypto, and not just any crypto, Bitcoin in specific. And where else did it go? And Keenan and I were talking about this. Big tech. Now, big tech should be tanking. Why did it go to big tech? It didn't go to just big tech. It went to companies that had cash. Remember that, had cash. It just so happens that big tech companies did. So in the class, we talk about balance sheets. If you look at these companies' balance sheets, it was the companies that happened to be in tech, but had cash. Why is that important? Because in a recession, the companies that have cash is king, because cash becomes kings to the companies, right? So take it from there, Keenan. Anything you want to add?
One of the big tech companies that I really need you guys to keep your eye on, and you may already be keeping your eye on this. I know a lot of you are dollar cost averaging to this, and I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell, but at a minimum, you got to keep this on your watch list. It's simple, family. It's Apple. Keep your eye on Apple. Like Larry just said, cash is king. At one point in time, and probably still to this day, I want you to go and do the research on your own. Apple had enough money to buy the entire company of Disney in cash. I'm talking about Marvel. I'm talking about Star Wars. I'm talking about all of the toys. And now people are seeing, this company is not recession proof maybe, They've shown time and time again since they went public in the 80s. They got through the dot-com bubble. They got through the 2008 housing recession and bank failure. Oh, look, we're getting another bank failure. What companies dominated back then too? Similar tech companies that you see dominating now. Now, I want you to also pay attention to this, because what is one of the things leading in the market coming down nowadays? Inflation, right? The Federal Reserve is fighting inflation. But guess what? Now they're trying to soft bail out banks. They don't want to use that word, but they're kind of looking at saying, how do we bail out the banks again without actually saying that we're bailing it out, right? But when you follow the money, remember, that's really what you do on the market. You got to follow the money. You'll see that, it's not coming from the taxpayers. Oh, no, you look behind the curtain and you see that it's always coming from the taxpayers.
Right.
And then we are bailing out the banks. So when they say the government is bailing it out, the government don't have any money.
Right.
You're bailing the banks out, but you don't get to choose. They get to choose for you after they take your tax dollars. So with that being said, what you got to think is this. How are they going to move next? We can't do anything about the past. So what we have to do is say, when are they going to slow down these rate hikes?
Right.
Because when you look at the S&P 500 and the rate hikes, they move inverse, aka opposite to each other. When the rate hikes are going down, the S&P tends to go up. And the opposite is true as well. So now, keep your eye out for early May. We're going to skip the Federal Reserve meeting in April. There's none. In May, keep your eye out. I want to say it's May 3rd. Go and check. I forget the exact date, but I want to say it's May 2nd and May 3rd. But then on the 3rd, we're going to hear, are the Fed going to increase rate hikes about 25 basis points, aka 1/4%?
I doubt very seriously if it's 50.
And UBS, another financial institution, they think it's going to be 50, but the Bank of America, JP Morgan, and most other economists think it's going to be 25.
And so does stock up with Larry.
They think that's going to be it.
Yep.
They think that's going to be it before we start to see either a hold, aka a 0 basis point increase, or a pivot back towards the downside where they're decreasing. I don't see a pivot coming just yet. I think they want to see, like Jerome Powell said, the leader of the Federal Reserve, we're going to keep it higher for longer. Remember, higher for longer doesn't necessarily mean increase. It just means a hold. So we want to see if June is our first hold. But now, let's think. We're talking about all of the facts and everything going on. What can we do that's actionable? Remember this, like Larry says time and time again, the institutions, the people who are already rich, the top 1%, they own 80% of the market.
Exactly.
When we see the market coming down with the green in the future, when do you load up? Would you rather buy the stocks when they're way up here or when they're way down here? And we've already seen the pain. We've seen a lot of pain. Now, let's be clear. There's no guarantees on the market. You got to be ready for more pain. It can happen. Anything can happen. When you're not prepared, you're surprised. I always tell you, what are the 5 Ps?
Come on, hit them.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Say it with me
Say it again.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So, what do? You say, you know what? I'm loading up on my foundational plays. I'm talking about my VTI, right? Total stock market. I got to have a strong foundation.
And what's the other one?
VOO.
Come on.
I'm loading up on my foundational plays, right? Because so many people have told me, Keenan, man, ever since the market's been coming down, my whole portfolio is down 80%. And I say, how does your portfolio fall 80% when the market is down 11%?
I can tell. Can I answer that?
Go for it.
All of their stock is in Mullen.
Oh, man.
AMC, GameStop, and nothing wrong with those.
You can have those.
But you bought them at the high, and then they fall.
You can have those, but you got to understand.
Yeah, come on.
We talking about foundation.
Foundation.
That's more of the roof. That's more of the ceiling, right? We don't build from the top down. You got to build from the bottom up. So if you want to trade in stocks that can be like swing trade kind of a play, a swing trade, let's be clear. That means you want to buy it low and sell it high.
Yes.
Right? We don't think of Home Depot stock like that.
Right.
We don't think of Lowe's. We don't think of VOO or VTI like that. We think, when I get out the game, I'm selling this.
Yeah, we don't think about the energy companies.
Exactly.
We don't think about, companies that make chocolate like Hershey's.
Exactly.
We don't think
Coca-Cola.
about Coca-Cola that Warren Buffett bought. We don't think about those railroads that everything gets delivered on railroads. Those things will be a necessity from here on out. We don't think about those. But remember, those become the sexy stock in times like these. Right.
And you'll wish in the future that, hey, because listen, let me tell you, 2016, 2017, 2018, I'm talking to people who are very important to me. And they're like, Keenan, man, listen, I see you getting into the stock market stuff, talking about this. What do I buy? I say, hey, listen, man, keep it simple.
Yep.
look at VOO, look at VTI, look at Apple, look
Yes.
at these things, right? They're like, oh yeah, but what about this hot one? I'm like, hold up, maybe I'll trade it, maybe Larry will trade it, but we already are building our foundation out. You don't start from building at the roof. You got to build that foundation. That's so important. Again, the ETF. You could even look at dividend kind of stocks like SCHD. I want you to go look that one up and just keep your eye on these kind of stocks so you can build it out. So then, once we're in a bull run again, you remember how that was when everything was just doubling and doubling and doubling. But you got to remember these times. These are the times that are turning you into who you are supposed to be, right? Because remember, this is a bear market, but I promise you this, it's not the last one.
I hear you.
We're going to be in a bull market for a long time after this is done. And guess what's going to happen? We're going to be in a bear market again after that.
But in the bull market, there's going to be some knuckleheads out there saying, to the moon, hodl forever.
Yep.
And that's when you have to understand rotation.
Exactly.
Rotation. Hey, we're going to leave it right there. I mean, it's Sunday. My man Keenan just preached a message. I like this, man. I'm going to just fly in every Sunday and I'm going to sit back and let Keenan talk.
My God.
So you know what? It's our format on Sundays to leave you guys with a little inspiration. This one's going to be a little longer because I have to say this. Life and death travels through your tongue, right? The power of the tongue. You could either speak life or you can speak death. For those of you that read the scripture, post what scripture that is so everybody else could see it. Life and death is in the power of the tongue, okay? And so speak life. Speak life over your family. Speak life over your health, your wealth, your finances, your relationships. And I'm just telling you, 84%, Keenan, 84% of the stuff that you worry about never, ever happens.
Right.
So how you going to live your life? Even though you lost a lot of money.
Right.
I got into a bad play. I told everybody it was First Republic. If I told you how much I lost on that one play, you'd be like, what? But I'm speaking life over. I'm going to not only make that money back, I'm going to make 10, 20, 30 times that amount of money back.
Right.
I speak life. I speak life over you. I speak life over your finances. As a matter of fact, we went to dinner with these gentlemen and I was literally laughing. I said, man, I'm sitting here with Keenan Grace. And in 2021, when most of you guys did not know who he was, though he had a strong base, it was nothing like we've grown to today. And I said two things. I said, Keenan Grace will be a millionaire. And I said, Keenan Grace will have 1 million subscribers. So I spoke life over him. Not that he needed me to speak it over him. So my challenge is, don't just speak life over yourself, speak life over other people.
Right.
Because the politicians want us speaking death over other people. So I speak life. Keenan speaks life to you guys when you guys go to his page. And I want to personally thank you for being a part of the Stock Up class, Stock Up University. Keenan Grace is teaching options over there, and he actually lent his voice to an entire chapter, and then from there we send people right back to Keenan Grace's options class, so you guys could see him trading options in real time. So just remember this in closing: speak life. I don't care how far down you are in your trades, you will get it back. Keenan's going to help you. I'm going to help you. I don't care if it's raining, snowing. I don't care if you live in Southern California, you got a foot of snow.
Right.
Just speak life. Eventually, this too shall pass. This bear market, eventually, this too shall pass. Looking at your portfolio every day and you just see a sea of red, eventually, this too shall pass. But you got to do the work. Got to balance your portfolios. If you don't have any VOO and VTI and all you have is just risky stock, hype stock right now in a bear market, I'm challenging you to balance the boat. We're going to leave it right there. Right. I'm going to let my man Keenan sign off, but remember to check out the top 2 links below. We got Moo. I want you guys to make sure that you download the second link below. That is Moo. Still up to 17 free stock. And depending on your deposit amount, right? So look at it, read it, and just get the free stock. And then we're going to continue to help you learn how to use the app.
Right.
They are going to be rolling out so much cool stuff coming in the very near future. Go ahead and say goodbye to the people. And you know what? I sign off. Live, love, laugh, and learn. You go ahead. You take it all the way to the end, bro.
I got you. And I just wanted, since it's Sunday, we're inspiring the people. I wanted to say something that inspired me that I saw. I want you to think of two people, and both of them happen to be you. One version of you does everything that you need to do, that you don't want to do. The second version of you only does those things when you feel like it.
Wow.
Which one of those people do you want to be 5 years from now? So you decide, and then I see you at the finish line. I love y'all. See you in the next one.
Live, love, laugh, learn, and earn. Peace.